Welcome to another episode of UCRD Reviews. Today we have a P-Bandai Metal Robot Spirits to take a look at. This is the Gundam TR-6 Woundwart-Rah II part set. So this comes from Advance of Zeta, Flag of the Titans, and is an upgrade to the Woundwart. It gives it some more mobility, more weaponry, higher combat function. What's interesting is the Woundwart-Rah and the Woundwart-Rah II, from what I understand, are pretty much the same mobile suit. They use those two names interchangeably. You would think having the 2 beside it means it's an upgrade of the original Woundwart-Rah, but that's not really the case. It does omit the transformation ability of the Woundwart. For me, that's totally fine. I don't mind one bit, because I don't really display anything transformed, but very excited to get this set and to be able to create this really neat looking mobile suit. You know, the Woundwart was something that the Titans test team really utilized for combat capabilities and having variations in its combat roles, and so it was developed into this mobile suit and then further developed into other mobile suits and mobile armors, and really became quite a beast of a mobile suit. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Alright, so we're going to go over all the different parts here. This piece is something we've seen before with the Woundwart. This is the claw part with the little legs on it and whatnot. It's identical to the one that comes with the Woundwart. We just get a second one this time around. There are some pieces that go with it, so this is how it connects to the arm. Again, exactly the same as the Woundwart. We have the connection piece for mobile armor mode, and we have the connection piece for mobile suit mode, both of which are hinged. And then this is the another connection piece for it, and we'll go over all of that in a little bit. We have a stand piece, pretty basic, fits with the Tamashi stands, and then we have a top to it. The purpose for this is for holding up the rifle. Speaking of rifle, we have another blade here, which is pretty cool. Really like that. We have let's see here, we have these pieces. So there's 2 different kinds of pieces here, and we get 2 of each. You can see the front are a little bit different. This one has an emitter for a beam saber right there. It can also hold the beam rifle. Other than that, they are identical. This moves on a track, and these connect either to the top of the mobile suit or kind of down by the legs. And so there's 4 of them, and I think one of them has that marking on it, I think, and then we have that one. The other 2 are just plain. So pretty interesting there. We have these 2 pieces, so one for each side of the mobile suit. These are the fin looking parts that kind of go on the chest. Super cool. And so then we have these parts up here. These go on the top portion up here of the mobile suit. So they just kind of fold around. We get 2 of these. I can get this other one out. So they swivel around. Everything's going to have really good articulation, which is nice. We have this piece, this little paddle looking thing. This is actually for popping other pieces out, which we'll get into in a little bit. We have these 2 little peg pieces. So these are actually for the Hrududu, so some of these parts can attach to the G part set. We have these little T pieces, these little crosses. We get 2 of them. And these help to attach the rifle to other parts of the figure, which again we'll we'll get into a little bit later. These are some leg pieces. So this is part of how the leg parts connect, which we'll go right into. And then we have, I don't know how I'm going to get these out, these little teeny tiny things. We have 4 of them. These are another connection piece. And then finally back here we have this fin piece, which is another connection piece. So that's the entire set. So let's go ahead and start assembling stuff. So just like the standard Woundwart, this composite shield here can attach in various ways. It is identical to the other one that the Woundwart comes with. The only big difference is this time around, so I put this piece on the shoulder, and then you get a composite shield part for the other side, so you can actually run dual composite shields. So then this one can attach there like that, and that's probably going to be how I have my Woundwart-Rah. So you do get those parts. All of the different gimmicks with this you can check out in the Woundwart review down below, but we're going to go ahead and turn this into the Wondwart-Rah II. Okay, so the first step here is we're going to take these 2 pieces with the graphics on there that do not open up, and for each side we're going to utilize this piece here. We're going to just fold it up. I'm going to slide this to the front, and this piece is going to attach like so. It's a pretty snug fit. Oh, that's alarmingly snug there. Okay, let's do it like this. There we go. And this is going to fold over. You want it to fold over on the side where this little blocking piece is, because everything's going to attach over here. Now if you ever need to change these out, that's what this little tool's for. It'll actually pop the piece out, but we don't need to move it. So we're just going to fold this over, and then you should have 2 shoulder binders that kind of look like this. Alright, so from here you're going to take these shoulder pieces, and you can see there's the shoulder connection that's very similar to the composite shield, and we're just going to connect it down into the shoulder there like so, and then we're going to take our wing binder and it'll connect right in to this piece here. Let's see if I can get it in there. Everything's really tightly jointed. There we go. And it'll sit quite like that. Okay, so this next section is pretty easy. You're just going to pop this panel off of the leg, just like that. You're going to take this piece, the corresponding side, and it'll pop right on, and then you're going to replace this, and it should fit like this. Now you'll take these pieces here with the little mouth on them, and they'll attach to the leg, and you should come up with something along the lines of this. Okay, so once you have the shoulders on and the leg parts on, really all that's left is to just make the composite shield with rifle in the same manner that you did on the other side with the it's the same method as the Woundwart. You fold out the little handle over here, you put the shield connection for the arm that goes in right there, and then just put the blade on and call it a day. So it's super easy, and that's pretty much it. Now it's completely assembled. A lot of times the Woundwart-Rah is depicted with just one of these, but you get a second one in this set, and might as well utilize it. So that's pretty much it. So let's take a look at it against the Hazel. So here we have the Woundwart-Rah II with the full armor Hazel Rah. This is my favorite configuration for the Hazel in the white colors, and just so you can kind of get a roundabout here, got to be careful of the rifles. The Hazel Rah is a bit fragile, especially with the rifle. I have to be real careful with making sure it doesn't bump into anything, because that rifle will completely fall apart. And the beam rifle that's right here is kind of the same way. If it gets touched in any way, shape, or form, it will completely fall apart. So this one's strictly a display piece. The Woundwart-Rah stays together a little better. These tend to fall off a little bit just because of the way the shoulder connections are, but other than that it's pretty solid. So we talked a little bit about this piece earlier and connection pieces for it. So those T pieces that I showed earlier actually connect this rifle when this Hazel beam rifle isn't in the middle of it, and these two pieces just connect together. There's a little piece on the bottom that gets removed. You put that T piece in there, and then it connects to the top of this mouth, and it'll hold that rifle in there, which is pretty cool. Or you can place the beam saber blade from the Hazel in here as well. So that's another little gimmick that is possible. But very cool. I'm glad they have both of these Titans Test Team figures. They're really, really neat designs. Another thing you can do is take the Hrududu from the G-part set, and you can attach these wing binders to it. You'll need this peg piece. The square portion of it goes into this square peg there, and then it attaches right to the side. Now another interesting gimmick is these pieces here can actually hold weaponry. Let me demonstrate that. Take this, and you're going to basically fold it all the way around like that, and you can do this to either side. You're going to take this rifle here, you're going to remove this little back piece out of it, and you're going to take, oops, this little tiny peg piece. You get 4 of them. Now you'll see that one side has a notch and another side does not. So if you can take a look at that there. The notched side goes into the rifle here, and the other side plugs into the front of this wing binder, and so it can hold on to weaponry. You can also plug the shield in just by using the standard shield piece. So the ball joint will go into the shield and the peg portion will go into these. I have it attached to my full armor Hazel, so I won't demonstrate that one, but it attaches the exact same way. So I picked up this part set on pre-order for $60.48, and it's a nice part set. All the components are really well done. Everything works great. The binders up here fall off a little bit easy. This mouthpiece does not want to close up all that well. It has a little bit of a gap to it. Minor, that's a very minor nitpick. But otherwise it looks really nice. The Woundwart-Rah II is a really interesting, really complex design that was translated well into figure form. However, in terms of pricing, it is a bit expensive. The G-part set is only $20 more, and you can make multiple versions of the Hazel custom, and you also get 2 support craft with that, and all the different combinations that come with that. Now this one does utilize parts of the G-part set, you know, for like the beam sabers and different components that we saw earlier. However, it doesn't warrant it being almost as expensive. So the price point's really the big downside for me. So let me know what you thought of this set if you ended up picking it up, and keep an eye on the channel. I've got a lot more reviews to come out with. I have Shima's Gelgoog, the reissue, the GP00 Blossom, and a couple others. So thank you for watching. I appreciate all the support for my channel from you guys, and I'll see you next time.